Speak, poet, speak!
I'm Star, by the way. Not really much I want to say about me first. Just been writing for like a really long time. Pretty much for as long as I can remember. I didn't really like get serious about it until about 4th grade. And like now it's like a really strong passion. The first poem I'm going to read, I actually wrote for Dwight and another friend of mine. Hanakatoba, the Japanese word for applying symbols and meaning to flowers. A person can only walk through so many gardens. Some will be more beautiful than the others. Many people don't particularly enjoy the activity. There's so much disappointment found within a walk through a garden. The flowers may not be bright enough and their colors aren't appealing to our eyes. Some may find the garden too small, while others may find it a flower or two too big. People could be so focused on the looks of a garden that they forget to take a whiff of the sweet smell. Never mind the smell, for these flowers have meaning. The black-eyed Susan urging you to go on no matter what. Daisies here and there or always there with their love that stays. Each apple blossom with a promise that will surely be kept. The star of Bethlehem sending his hope along your walk. Sunflowers always pointing you to light. In your hand is a daffodil. All it takes is one blow and you'll be born again. An iris throughout the walk to keep hope and creativity alive. These pink tulips, they care. These white chrysanthemums always up for truth. Gladiolus remind you of your wrongs and how to make them right. The larkspur showing you how to love yourself. Pink and yellow roses all to show how much the flowers appreciate your attention. In the end of it all, you'll be embraced by forget-me-not, so be sure the walk stays alive in your heart. And when you look back, you'll see nothing but pink carnation, standing for the gratitude you've obtained. Maybe you'll come to visit this garden again. Or maybe you'll find it worth sitting down to take it all in just a while longer. You may start your own in your yard, or like me, you'll come to find this garden means everything. Everything that you are, everything that you will be, everything that you hope to be, and everything you know. All surrounded by this lovely garden. You'll decide that a walkthrough is not enough. It won't be enough to sit and take it in just a while longer. Here, the air is always fresher. Here, the grass is always greener. You'll learn to understand and appreciate these flowers beyond their colors and scent, for their meaning becomes everything. And finally, you'll realize that there's no place like it. And like me, you'll start calling it home. Home, right there in this lovely garden, with a vase of yellow roses, Peruvian lilies, daisies, and chrysanthemums sitting in your window, so the garden can see you're here to stay. Actually, go to my mom. Battle cry. I wrote a poem I thought she should hear. No, I don't want to hear it. She would say like a bullet. It shot at me like a call to war. I said a word, firing back. And she would run with her shield to cover my mouth. I don't care what you have to say right now. The words went off like a grenade she threw with the arm I put a bullet in. Shut up, she shot back, covering her ears from the loud explosion. The shot hit me right in the heart, but I kept firing. Tape it shut, somebody tape it shut. She commanded the army to bring peace. No more tape, no more confining my voice. A cannon exploded in her face, blowing off her tongue, and after years of a caged voice, I screamed for my freedom. Sick of conversations that I had no part in. The bars of the cage all fell down, and my voice howled for victory. She sent in an army, but I would not be silent. I broke every hand that grabbed my tongue and locked it in that cage. Any voice that told me to shut up fell apart and vanished. She stood, unable to scream for her life as her kingdom burned down in flames. From scream, to talk, to whisper, to silence. She had no hands to cover her ears, and the words came out like a victorious roar. From words, to pen, to paper, straight to scream, I was done talking. She never listened that way. I had to make her hear every word that ever was locked down. And when I finished my poem, she was left in tears. I bowed, then turned and walked right off the battlefield. If you want to talk to me. Teacher. I will love, he said for his heart to write 100 times. So they ought to teach him a lesson. Back when he was in school, he was taught to hate. But he only learned the exact opposite. The lesson was love. He used his mother as a practice sheet, his dad as homework, my mother as a study guide, and I was the final exam. If he could pass me, then he passed the class. He learned the lesson. It wouldn't be easy after he lost the study guide. He was like most kids, never did his homework. And he never scored too high on the practice sheet either. So everything in his mind said he was failing the exam, failing the class, failing the lesson to love. So he punished his heart like a teacher. A warning, you better learn. Call home. He better learn. Detention, you're not learning. Referral, you're not going to learn. Suspension, you're never going to learn. Then his heart was expelled. The teacher was silent. The chalk stopped writing on the board. The red pen stopped grading papers. He didn't learn. He didn't pass. He doesn't know how to love. Maybe I should have told him that he passed. From the moment he held me in his arms and I cried and said, it's okay. From the moment he walked in before I took stage and said, you got it. From the moment he stood over me as I struggled to make sense of words, saying over and over, sound it out, say it like you mean it, you got it. From the moment he put his finger to my chin, lifted it up into the sky and said, chin up, darling. From the moment he stepped out with no weapon, ready to fight for me and said, I got you. From the moment he gave all he had to see me smile and said, I miss you so much. From every moment I came to him and told him more of my imperfections and he said, I love you. And as if that's something of proof, today I am a graduate of one of the most prestigious schools, whereas he was valedictorian. I am in front of the class sharing a laugh with my students and the other teachers are asking, who taught you that? Where did you learn to do that? How did you know that? With my arms open to them, walking in before them, standing over them, my finger to their chin, stepping up to fight for them, giving my all to them, and loving their imperfections, I say, my dad was my teacher.